now time for more of the park. Maybe. Yes, it is loading. Okay. So yeah, it's time for more of the park. Now, I will throw out that quick disclaimer again. If you have issues with child abuse, seduction, and all that, stop watching. It only gets worse as we go on.
This old thing. Callum, come back here right now!
Ah, hell. This tiny print. This is my biggest complaint with this game. It's got the tiniest print of all time. Frustrated by the fact that the plans seem incomplete. I know as well as anybody that the rules of the game can be changed with enough money. But no matter how much money talks, it can't conjure up missing plans from thin air. I've tried contacting the organization who sold me these plans, and they are stonewalling me. Every contact that I had, every meeting place that I have had watched, are swept bare. I have a sinking feeling that I've been swindled. We've gone ahead with what we could find in the plans regardless. The harvesting machines, the transport machines, etc. I'll probably let Nicholas name them something cute for the day we open the park. They will be rides after all. The harvesting machine and the transport machine? What the fuck is he harvesting, souls?
Come to mommy, Callum. Oh, I remember this. This isn't a game, Callum. Callum! Treachery hides in thoughts. Treachery that lashes like a whip and scars our insides. The first time I saw Callum, my thoughts betrayed me. I looked down at this wrinkled, red, bawling thing and I thought, is that it? We build our world from expectations, and the world that I had built for Callum was no different. He was so real, so there, and so far from my expectations. They shattered, and as they fell in pieces, that one treacherous thought became a new foundation. All of the love that we shared, all of the warmth and goodness that followed, built on a single, traitorous thought. Callum?
I thought working in the park for a summer would be a lot of fun, but the end of season here really drags. There aren't that many tourists around, and so most of the staff spend their days standing around gossiping, and most of that gossip is about Chad. I mean Steve, see? Even I'm starting to call him Chad, and I went to school with the guy. It's the goddamn suit. In the beginning, it was a laugh. Steve, the local lush, is Chad the Chipmunk, child-friendly mascot at Atlantic Island Park. Lock up your daughters, and all of that. But the more he wears that suit, the weirder Steve is getting. At first, it was little things, like refusing to change out of the suit at work and taking it home with him every day. But then I saw him at Susie's diner, still wearing it, and it wasn't even a work day. Some of the staff complained discreetly to park management about the smell, and I saw him walking and talking with Mr. Winter, the owner, one day. But nothing seemed to have changed. The suit still smells like a carcass wherever Steve walks by. Apparently Steve has picked up some new skills since the last time I saw him. Mucking up in a gutter outside of the Cecil station, because he sure as hell can carve a mean ice sculpture. Those shapes he make in the ice, though, they give me the creeps. Steve came by the booth today, lucky me, and he just hung around for a while. I couldn't really tell because of the suit, but it seemed like he was just staring at me, sizing me up, fucking me, whatever he was doing. I asked him what he wanted. He just stood there, not saying anything. Eventually I called my supervisor, and when he came by, Chad, Steve wandered off. My supervisor told me to put everything in writing, so here it is. Also, I quit. I don't want to see that chipmunk suit ever again. Laura Hahn.
Mommy needs to see you, Callum.
Holy shit! God, I knew that was going to happen, and it still scared me. Not really. Oh look, it's the duck thing. That is not a normal creature. Like, I'm sorry. What amusement park would accept that? I have no idea what that said.
Wait for Mommy! Where did you go?
Now this
Monster
time...
crashes and 80s music. Guess it floats someone's boat.
Now this time, I'm not gonna mess this one up. I messed this up once before. Examine device. Hey, what's up?
Stop, Doctor! Stop it, please!
Well, that's new. That's definitely new. Yeah! No! I'm playing this a second time! You know how I played this before. And, none of this was in here the first time I went through. Like, there's all kinds of extra stuff now taking place. I'm kinda glad I'm playing it a second time. I'm getting an extra dose of what the fuck. So I never actually explored up here before. Oh, fantastic. Read page. Okay. Disillude them. They have sent an inspector to investigate the accidents at the park. I've given him the grand tour and spoken about all of our safety upgrades, but he seems unconvinced. In this case, the park itself is working against me. This doorman has become more and more intactable the more time he spends in the park. I've offered to pay for a stay in the Overlook Hotel to get him out of here. It seems to have made him even more paranoid. I don't think this man is going to allow my park to stay open. This is a disaster for my ultimate goals. What are your ultimate goals? Like, seriously, you're harvesting shit and... Okay. Can I use this? Like, I feel like if I look through one of these, something fucking disastrous is gonna hop. It's probably this one, right? No? That is a missed opportunity there. Like, you could have had some serious jump scare right there. Fancom, what happened? Okay, let's do this.
Callum, stay where you are.
So I didn't actually get to read this the first time. We are reading it this time. Employee name, Francis Delfucno? Yada yada. Okay. Brief description of the incident during the transport of the bumper cars into the arena. One of the straps stitching the load to the truck came untied, causing a cascade of bumper cars onto Francis, who was standing directing the driver. Francis was crushed by the weight of the cars. Described in any injury caused, Francis was killed. Yes, that is an injury. Let me describe the injury to you. Francis was killed. Like, his skull wasn't crushed or anything else. He was just killed. End of story. Did the injured employee see a doctor? Yes. What doctor sees a dead body? He saw a mortician. If yes, did you file an employee's portion of a workers' compensation form? Yes. What the hell type of workers' comp do you have that covers death? Supervisor's comment. Dexter, the truck driver, claimed to have seen someone on the back of the load undoing the straps. Nobody else reports seeing that. The sheriff has requested that Dexter provide him with urine samples. What could have been done to prevent this accident? What could have been done to prevent this accident? Double checking of the straps after transit should be mandatory, and drug screening for all drivers. Have unsafe conditions been corrected? No. Additional comments. The local laborers are very superstitious, and this hasn't helped. Some of them are refusing to return to work until we pay someone from a local church to walk the park and exorcise the spirits. They need a fucking exorcism.
It's a matter of public record that I am a failure as a mother. Once, when Callum was very small, I left him asleep in the car while I ran an errand. Don't even remember what it was. When I came back, the sheriff was standing next to the car, watching my boy through the window. I didn't like what I saw in his eyes. Judgment. He wrote me the ticket without saying a word. Just the scratch of his pen on the notepad. When he gave it to me, our eyes met. I know what you're going through. My daughter, Helen, she just gets some help. Help was a bolt of lightning. Help was 1,000 volts surging through my veins. Help is agony. I'd rather die. I wanted to scream. I'd rather you pulled your gun and shot me. but instead my mouth said, "Yes, Sheriff."
She is an absolutely horrible mom. Read page. Oh boy. Continually delayed by the incompetence of the builders. The problem is that they are locals, and so they believe a lot of the rumors about what Old Man Henderson used to do here. They grew up on those tales. Every time a bolt comes loose or a wrench goes missing, these fools are crossing themselves against the black magic. Seriously, people, come on! What are you trying to do? Of course, that is why I chose this site. Over all the other potentials, Solomon Island is a nexus for dark energies. I need to find this place. And the thought of all that power just dissipating beneath the earth here, it makes my skin crawl. I called in a few favors back in Brooklyn and got someone at the local academy to see if they had any interesting books about local history. Turns out they do, and it turns out that Old Man Henderson has some pretty strong connections to the Brooklyn crowd. Perhaps something he wrote will help me find the piece of the plans that I am missing. What are your plans?
Stay where you are!
Summon Satan. Increase. 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 I'm gonna see if I can topple this thing. I think I'm running it at max power. Yeah, that was its max power. How much more do I have to decrease it? Come on, you chipmunk. There's gotta be something creepy that happens on this ride. I really feel like this ride is another missed opportunity. We just get more pointless exposition. Okay, we're not even gonna get pointless exposition. We're literally... Oh, there it is.
People come into your life for a reason. Dad used to say that before Mom ran off. After that, he mostly just drank. Things were different for Don and I. When we met, I was sweeping the floor at Susie's diner. He came in with some workers, but he didn't try to flirt or cop a feel like the others. He just ordered a coffee and sat there, watching me. When my shift was over, he offered to walk me home. I don't know how to describe that walk. We talked and laughed and eventually kissed. It felt like love. It felt like a fairy tale. I can't tell you if Callum was made that night or one of the ones that followed. But I think it has to be that night. That one perfect night. Don and I moved in together, but then, well, he died. According to the supervisor, his safety harness failed when he was working on the top of the Ferris wheel. Don was there one moment, and then gone. Sometimes people leave your life for no reason. I was 3 months pregnant with Callum. fairy tale fucking over.
See, another missed opportunity to have a truly scary... Oh, there we go. Well, now we know who's running the rides, but I don't count that as scary. Just thanks, Mr. Top Hat Demon, for kicking that ride on for me.
Where are you? Callum!
Why do I need to be back in here?
Callum? Callum!
Something behind this door? Like, how do I get behind the door? Oh. Examine report.
So they are going to close this place down. Doesn't surprise me.
State inspection report. Inspector's comments. After touring the park, riding the rides, and viewing the startling number of incidences suffered here in the park, it is this inspector's opinion that Atlantic Island Park should be shut down until Nathaniel Winter complies with all safety regulations. While I understand that there is a sensitive political relationship between Mr. Winter and the benefactor, I nevertheless suggest that such political considerations should be set aside in condemning Atlantic Island Park. Find those notes. I am finding those notes. The rides, at first glance, appear well constructed and maintained, but the sheer number of instances in the park during the last few years and during construction lead me to believe that there is something wrong at the base level of construction, and we should close the park and fully investigate these flaws. To wit, here is a partial list of the fatalities in the park since opening only 2 years ago. Family of 3 killed when a roller coaster cart derailed. 14 separate instances of broken bones and crushed ribs while riding the Octaron. 3 suicides from the top of the Ferris wheel. A child seriously injured on the... what does that say? Escalator? Oh. Over a dozen children reported missing in the House of Horrors since its construction. 1 report of a drowning in the Tunnel of Tales. The sheer volume of instances mean that this is my strongest recommendation, that Atlantic Island Park should be closed immediately.
Callum! Tell Mommy where you are!
Callum doesn't want to be with you. Now or ever.
Don't be afraid.
Take roller coaster ticket. Where is this supposed roller coaster? Like, I have a roller coaster ticket, and I haven't found the roller coaster yet.
A lot of people idolize their children. You hear them talking about their kids and just the way they talk, their fucking voices make me want to vomit. My angel likes to read, and little Johnny is so good on the piano. Fuck those people! You give up 9 months of your life carrying them, you traumatize yourself giving birth to them, and then you spend the rest of your life as their slave. Wiping asses, mopping a piss, feeding them. Little life-sucking monsters who take and take and take until... we all go insane. Any parent who pretends otherwise is just dishonest. That's called choice supportive bias. I am honest. Callum really grinds my gears, and he owes me everything. Everything. It'd serve the little fuck right if I just abandoned him.
Well, that's, bordering on disturbing. a way in here. Oh, here, no.
Callum, where did you go?
Yes, I'm aware that I need to be in there. Okay.
I always wanted to ride this one. Never got around to do it before. Stay where you are! What do you want?
We need to talk about Callum.
Hi, Mr. Top Hat Demon.
What have you done to him?
That's insulting. You and your boy are everything that this place doesn't want. The antithesis of what we stand for.
Where is Callum?
The poor child. He tried so hard to do what he was taught. He even left you a trail of breadcrumbs. But the park is just so hungry.
Tell me where my son is.
Which has him now? Has both of you. No happy ending here, I'm afraid.
Just leave me alone.
Fool. You always were.
over. It works! The calculations and adjustments work. The transport and storage mechanisms seem to be flawless. What a wonderful day! If only these people knew what they were fueling. And so what if a few people leave the park at the end of the day feeling down? So what if the children are more scared than excited on the roller coaster? This could be the doorway to immortality, and such doorways open only to those who have the will to find the key. Ooh, button. I can't put the button. So, we're dealing with alchemy here. Not actual demons. Alchemy. And that's all. Because immortality is alchemy.
The witch awaits.
Can I take any weapons? No? I can't have weapons?
Callum has bruises on his arms, finger marks. Someone has been hurting him! I've asked him, demanded really, to know where he got the marks. But he doesn't want to answer me. Something has scared him into silence. He doesn't dare talk. He's been changing too. Something sinister lurks in the darkness behind his eyes. I catch him staring at me at odd moments. In the night, he tosses and turns and cries out words that I cannot understand. When I try to soothe him, he snaps and bites at my fingers. I think he wants to talk to me. I think he wants to tell me. But they are watching him every minute of every day. They are whispering to him in his sleep, changing him. They are taking my baby away from me. I can't save him. There will be pain. But I love him, and in the end, you will understand why.
Okay, so before we go any further with this obvious train wreck of a mother that we have, I think this has been a good episode. Thanks all for watching. Please subscribe if you would like to.